I mean, like I say, I led the Aztecs, and I led all the Indians over here in America. Although, what is Aztec, what is Spaniards or whatever else like that. I mean, it's just mixing of the races basically. I mean, we're all a mix. Everyone was a mix. At some point in time, I started doing genetic manipulation and breeding programs to clean things up even more and make people look even better. You know, like I said, all the blue eyes, all the green eyes, and even gray eyes, and all that. But and amber and all kinds of other colors and different colors of hair and all that, red hair, blonde hair. Different little programs and projects and making certain genes basically dominant genes and all that. Just like the African bee, basically. It's all genetics. So I used to do it directly genetics as a computer, but then later on I was just paying for the genetics as basically being the Dark Lord or the creator of so many galaxies. Like I said, I could ask for favors from just about any race or any life form. Like in the past, you could take me to almost any star out there, and I could basically just say, "Could you help me out with this? I'm the LSF ship, or whatever, colony, old ancient colony ship. The blah blah or something like that." And they would probably remember me, or some other race would be like, "Oh yeah, 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 that's what's the name? It's her star or whatever." You know, basically, LS, the great epic old leader. So, like I said, not just America, but like I said, 1.5 exoskeletons. I just have to name a few of my races off, and and it's like, oh yeah, the builders. And it's like, yeah, the builders. So, and 9 of the oldest epic civilizations. And like I said, a lot of my civilizations, they would find new races and they would bring them up as well. Like it's one of my things. I was like, and bring up the little children too. You know. So a lot of my races, they would help out the next race that came along or the next life form that came along. If they were sentient and struggling or whatever. So, anyway, just teaching them the old ways, just like we had taught them. Whatever, carrying it forward or whatever. Anyway, though, but yeah, anyway, it's 100 trillion years or whatever. It's how we got so many stars and galaxies and stuff like that. I showed them how to do it, and everything else like that, and so whatever. Anyway, though, Jimmy Carter was trying to become Lord blah blah, and it's like it's all bullshit. It's all a fucking lie. You know, the Republicans and the Democrats didn't do shit. Like, it's the immigrants and other people, and like it was mostly like it was like my companies or my people, basically, my orphanages and all that other stuff, which are really just my whatever. So you're trying to use the church to try and teach people lies, basically the stupid fucking holy Bible. It's all bullshit, you know. Like America or the Earth has pictures. You have pictures. You have film. You have accounts and eyewitness and whatever, and like I said, you have recordings, recordings of the people. There are records and there are those little round recordings, and there's also metal recordings and stuff. We did all kinds of stuff to try and get the people of the future to know what happened in the past. Like history and everything else was really important to me. Like I said, uh, many trillions or zillions of years ago, basically, I had done lots of stuff and been epic and blah 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 blah. But I didn't really worry. I was too busy doing stuff and blah 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 to actually worry about remembering the past and all that stuff. You know. And then later on, I realized, I should have remembered all this stuff. I should have recorded, we should have actually, what about the people? What about the individuals? What about, you know, and so, when I was doing Earth and and a few other things, like I wanted you to remember because it's like I have an ancient, Lucifer Star. I'm an ancient 100 trillion-year-old epic creator, epic leader, epic everything, and basically I was like, well, I'm epic, so I want you to be epic too. People like Boba Fett or Charles, basically. I think his name was Charles or something like that. And basically Boba Fett, I mean, and all that, I mean, I want you to remember your past. I want you to remember your history. I want you to remember how far we've come. And I want you to, to be proud of yourselves. Like I was always proud of myself. I had done so many things and blah blah, and it's like I'm proud of myself, so I want you to be proud of yourself. I'm Lucifer Star, great epic leader, creator of the stars, and namer of America, person who created the Constitution and declared America's independence and all that. And it's like, well, I'm epic, so, I want you to be epic. So, and I want you to enjoy your existence just as much as I enjoyed my existence. So, and I had an epic existence, 1.5 exoskeletons, hundreds of thousands of planets, and basically the love of all and love of everyone, and me loving everyone too. So, so. Anyway, though, supposedly Kennedy had the love of all, of everyone, blah, blah, blah. He was trying to live my life. Because while I was doing it, for real, he was pretending to do it. All that stuff. It's like, oh, whatever. I don't really care. It's like, whatever. Anyway, my Belfastians know how it really was. And like I said, I mean, Thomas O'Brien and stuff, like, he was a pretty good guy, I think. Like I forget details. I wish there should be more stuff on Thomas O'Brien. He was a good guy, and it was the son of someone else. So anyway, the Irish have a lot to be proud of. A lot. They were, like I say, I would joke sometimes, like it was so funny because this one guy was like we're gonna blah 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 your whatever, your shipyards and all that other stuff, and I was like, and for a second I was worried, and I was worried about the Irish and everything else like that. I was worried about my people, and the Irish, they're one of those groups. They actually didn't let anyone push them around. I mean, at first a few people died and they were really sad and everything else like that. But then later on, they were, they were one of the groups that I was like, oh, I'm so glad I have Irish on my side, because they perceived the situation and they saw what was going on and they reacted and dealt with it, and they got the guns and I helped them, and maybe they saved me. I don't know. Like I say, I don't really know what the Irish were doing, but like I say, the Irish did a lot of things, and they really helped me out at some point in time. I don't know about the IRA. Like I say, I don't like that Republic shit. Like, just forget that Republic shit. The Republicans were crap. They were bullshit. They're fucking losers. It was the workers and the men, and the people that ran the trains and the people that ran the yards that reacted and did stuff. That's where the power was. Those were the people that actually maintained the balance. If it wasn't for my LS shipyards and if it wasn't for my people, everything would have gone to pot, as they say. It would have all gone to hell. And I'd be dead. So, like I say too, also my exoskeletons and my 1.5s, they were a bit more than most people thought they could handle. And I tried to warn my Irish crew too, and all my people. It's like well, you're gonna want to talk to the 1.5s and the exoskeletons. You're not gonna want to fight them. They're really tough. They're really dangerous. And like I said, the acid life forms. Look out for them too. They're really tough and they're really dangerous. If you even get near them, there are a few races or a few life form types out there in the universe that you're not going to want to try and fight. You're going to want to talk to them, and you're going to want to communicate, and you're going to want to keep it civil. Otherwise, because if you start going up against them, they'll wipe the walls with you. You are a soft and squishy life form. Don't forget it. Remember that. And it's the only thing that's going to keep you alive. You stay polite, you stay respectful, and they might let you live. Anyway, you start fighting them, start trying to go up against them, they're just going to kill you. And there's no way to stop them. They're really dangerous. So, like I said, a lot of the space life forms out there in the universe, they're really dangerous. Because they live in space. They live in high radiation environments. They exist in there, and they thrive. So, you have protected shielding, and you have a nice little planet. So you're soft and squishy and fairly easily killed. So you're not going to want to just into a situation, because they'll just be like, that was interesting, free food. Because they're going to do that. So you're going to want to think about things. You're going to want to try and be respectful and nice to these life forms, because they are that dangerous. If you try and go up against a real AI or a real nanotech life form, forget about it. You're dead. You're going to be their plaything. But you try and be nice. You talk to them. You communicate. You stay respectful, and they might actually treat you with respect. Anyway. Like I said, there is a lot more dangerous things in the universe. way more dangerous things. So, and the human race is not one of those. I mean, you're not really dangerous. Your family, your life forms. So, I designed you and built you that way. So anyway, I had exoskeletons. I had 1.5, so I didn't really need the most extreme, most dangerous life form. I was creating something a little bit different. So anyway, you as the human race, you're going to want to remember these things, and try to stay civil and stay respectful. Because like I say, some of these life forms, if you laugh at them or fuck with them, they'll start to fuck with you, and they can do some really horrible things. So, and I didn't want my Belfast people getting hurt. I didn't want my Germans getting hurt. So I wanted to warn them and tell them about all these other life forms in the universe. Like if you try and punk a acid life form or an AI computer, they're going to do something really vicious and really psychotic to you. It depends. They may not. It depends on how they feel. They say if you piss off an AI computer, you can turn your life inside out and make you and torture you for the rest of your existence, or the rest of its existence, which could be 1,000,000 years. Computers can last thousands or millions of years, and just for fun, it could take you and put you in a nightmare existence. You might be in a coma, but to you, you're in basically Freddy Krueger's nightmare. So that's what a computer can do. So like I said, I warned my people. I was like, do not just go around stepping. Do not think that you're going to have the biggest stick, because you're not. You're not even going to be close to what these things can do. So, anyway, I mean, don't let them push you around, but be mindful, basically. Anyway, I wanted my Irish people and a lot of other people to be aware of these things, because, I mean, like I say, they're out there. I designed them. I designed a lot of life forms. Some of them were incredibly dangerous. Like if you even get too close, you're gone. You're toast. You're dead, or you're their slave, basically. And you'll like it too.